So back in April, I made a video on UTMA and UGMA accounts, or how to invest in the stock market for your kids. If you're not sure what that is, just go watch that video, come back and watch this one. You'll be able to understand more what's going on here. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about me starting the stock accounts for my kids and what the plan is with that. So the platform we're going to be using for this is Acorns. I would prefer to use M1 Finance, but they do not offer it yet. But the nice thing about most brokerages is you can always transfer them later. So the best thing I can do is to just get this started and let time in the market do its thing. It's the most important thing when you invest in stocks, is to start. So that is what I am doing. So this is the Acorns homepage. I am on the web application. So what we're talking about today is the early for kids section. Now there is a $5 a month fee for this. That is why I'd prefer to do it on a platform like M1 Finance that typically doesn't have fees. It is $5 a month, but again, I just want to get this started. Acorns is a platform I am comfortable with. If you guys want me to do a video on Acorns, I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments. So this is Brooklyn's account details. She is the older child, still under 5 years old. Now, if we set this to $10 a week, which is where I'm starting, she will have about $11,000 by the time she turns 18. Very small sacrifice for her to have a large sum of money available to her when she graduates high school. Now, the cool thing about this is I can click on this graph here and play with this number, and it'll basically give me a hypothetical projection of how much she would have at a given age. Now, obviously this is a projection, but it's very helpful to me because I want these kids to have around 100 grand if possible when they turn 18. That's a very steep goal, but it is very possible given that they are so young. So this will help me kind of hit that target. I just need to see what I need to afford basically to get there. So according to this, if I invested around $90 a week, Brooklyn would have a hypothetical projection of $101,000. Now, I can't really afford that right now, but in the future I will be able to. Obviously, if we take a couple years, we'll have to turn up the number to kind of catch up, so to speak. But anyways, enough rambling about that. I just want to show you guys that this is an option if you want to basically project what they would have at a given age if you decide to do this for your kids. Now, I do want to take a look at Maxwell's because he is a little bit younger. We'll see what the projection difference can be. So starting at the same time, Maxwell's a little bit younger. He would have almost $5,000 more with the same amount every single week if we just stuck with $10. To get him to $100,000 would only take 65 a week. So this is just a hypothetical projection, of course, but this is kind of a perfect illustration of why time in the market matters. With just a couple year difference, I could save quite a bit of money each week trying to hit the same target. Just goes to show that if you have kids, you can start today and make a very big impact on them. The sooner you start, the better. So I just wanted to show you guys those hypothetical projections, the kind of tool that you can play around with it. This portfolio is set to aggressive. Again, I'm starting with $10 a week, but I want to ramp that up so they can get that $100,000 target. I'm not sure if I want to tell them about this or not when they're older. It would be kind of a crazy surprise when they turn 18 to be like, hey, you are worth 6 figures right out of high school. But I'm not really sure about that. We'll see. But anyways, it's set to aggressive. I think Acorns actually picked this, but there's the allocation there if you're curious. They're pretty much investing in indexes to give them diversification at a cheaper dollar amount. I think Acorns also uses fractional shares to get the most out of every dollar. So if you guys want me to do an update on this once there starts to be a little bit of money in here, we can definitely do that. But basically today I just wanted to tell you what I am doing and show you how I'm doing it. If you guys want to start something for your kids, this is a very easy platform to do it. They'll do all the investments for you. Could I invest in individual stocks for my kids? Sure, but I'm not a professional investor. I'd rather just go with a safer platform. Even though this is considered an aggressive portfolio, Acorns overall, even in their aggressive portfolios, are relatively conservative. So I'm comfortable putting in $10 a week to start and see how this goes. Again, you can always transfer later, but yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the video. Any questions, let me know. Again, this is just a perfect example of how a little bit each week can make such a big impact on your kids. Again, I didn't have anything when I graduated, so if my parents would have just done something like this, you know, it would have made a big impact on my life. So if you're watching this video, and you have kids, I would strongly encourage you to do something for them. It can literally change their life.